What if I told you that right now, as you are watching this video, Saturday Night Live is either about to experience its greatest renaissance in decades or collapse into complete irrelevance? I am not being dramatic, this is actually happening. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand why the next few months will determine whether SNL survives another 50 years or becomes a relic that Gen Z only knows from TikTok compilations. But first, let me ask you something personal. I want you to comment your answer below. When was the last time SNL made you laugh so hard you actually rewound it? Because what I am about to show you might be the reason you have not had that feeling in years. Here's a story that sounds impossible. A guy selling sneakers at Foot Locker in Orlando just got hired by the most prestigious comedy show in America. Not after years at UCB, not after grinding at the groundlings from retail to SNL in what feels like overnight success. But Kam Patterson's journey reveals something bigger happening in comedy right now. See, while traditional comedians were following the same path, improv classes, comedy clubs, maybe a writing pack at Patterson was building something completely different. And honestly, it makes me think about everyone watching this who has been told their dreams are unrealistic. Because what happened to Patterson breaks every rule about how success is supposed to work. But here's the thing that nobody's talking about, and this is where it gets really interesting. Patterson is not even the most controversial hire. There's someone else on this new cast who might literally change television forever, and I will tell you about them in just a minute.
Patterson made his name on Kill Tony, which, if you do not know, is basically comedy Fight Club. Raw, brutal, unfiltered everything network television is not supposed to be. Comedians get 60 seconds to prove themselves, then get roasted by a panel that shows zero mercy. Now imagine that energy on live television at 11:30 p.m. on NBC. Can you see the problem? Or maybe, and stick with me here, that's exactly the point. But wait, because this gets even crazier. Remember how I said Patterson was not the most controversial hire? Meet Ben Marshall. Now, Ben's story is going to hit different for anyone who's ever had to choose between loyalty and opportunity. He is part of Please Do Not Destroy, a 3-person comedy group that basically saved SNL's digital content. Their sketches regularly get millions of views, more than the actual show sometimes.
But here's the heartbreaking part. SNL just hired Ben as a featured player, not his two best friends and creative partners. Imagine building something incredible with your closest collaborators, then getting offered your dream job, but only you get to walk through the door. And this decision reveals something about SNL's strategy that's either brilliant or ruthless. I will let you decide which one it is. But first, you need to know about the other 3 cast members who just joined, because their backgrounds will blow your mind. Tommy Brennan, Jeremy Culhane, Veronika Slowikovska, names you probably do not recognize yet, but each one represents a different piece of SNL's master plan. They are not just comedians. They are digital natives who understand viral content in ways that traditional comedy writers simply do not. And if you have ever felt like mainstream comedy does not speak to you anymore, like it's stuck in some old playbook while the internet moves at light speed, these are the people who might finally bridge that gap. But here's what nobody's asking, and it's the most important question of all. Why now? Why is SNL suddenly abandoning everything they have done for 5 decades? The answer is going to surprise you, and it reveals something about the future of entertainment that affects every creator watching this video. Let me show you something that SNL does not want you to see. These are SNL's viewership numbers over the past 5 years, and here's the demographic breakdown that should terrify them. Their core audience is literally aging out, while younger viewers get their comedy from TikTok, YouTube, and podcasts. SNL is facing extinction, not tomorrow. Maybe not in 5 years, but the trend is clear. They had to do something radical or risk becoming irrelevant, and you know what? I respect that. Instead of just accepting decline, they're betting everything on untested talent. It's scary, it's risky, and it's exactly what you do when your back is against the wall. But there's a darker theory about what's really happening here, and it involves NBC's corporate strategy in ways that might shock you. Because this is not not just about savings and it's about something much bigger. Think about it. Every streaming service needs viral moments. Netflix has their comedy specials, YouTube has its creators, TikTok has its trends, NBC needs content that does not just work on television, it needs content that explodes on social media. What if hiring these digital-first comedians is not about saving SNL's traditional format? What if it's about completely reimagining what SNL could become in a post-cable world? Because here's the thing that hits me personally, and maybe you feel this too: we are watching the death of shared cultural moments. When's the last time everyone was talking about the Salmon Show? When's the last time you had that Monday morning "Did you see SNL" conversation? These new cast members might be SNL's last shot at creating those moments again, but whether they succeed or fail depends on something nobody can control. And I will explain what that is in just a moment. Here's what people do not realize about SNL. Every generation thinks their cast was the best, and every transition feels like the end of the world. When Eddie Murphy left, people panicked. When Phil Hartman died, people said the show was over. When Tina Fey and Amy Poehler moved on, same thing. But this feels different, does not it? Because this time, it's not just about individual talent, it's about whether traditional television comedy can coexist with internet culture. It's about whether a 50-year-old format can adapt to a world where attention spans are measured in seconds, not segments. And here's the part that gives me chills. These 5 new cast members do not just have to be funny. They have to prove that broadcast television still matters. They have to show that live, unedited performance can compete with perfectly crafted TikToks and YouTube videos. The internet is already choosing sides. Some people are excited for fresh voices, others are mourning the death of real SNL. But everyone's watching, everyone's waiting to see what happens when these worlds collide. Because on October 14th, when season 51 premieres, we are not just getting a new season of SNL, we are getting the answer to whether traditional comedy can evolve or if it's already too late. So here's my question for you, and I really want you to think about this. What are you rooting for? Are you rooting for Kam Patterson to prove that raw, unfiltered comedy can survive network television? Are you hoping Ben Marshall can handle the spotlight without his best friends beside him? Do you want these digital natives to inject new life into a comedy institution? Or do you think SNL should stick to what's always worked? Because here's the thing, your answer says something about how you see the future. Not just of comedy, but of creativity itself. Are we willing to take risks on unconventional paths, or do we only trust traditional success stories? I want you to comment below and tell me, which new cast member are you most curious about, and why? Are you team evolution or team tradition? Because 3 months from now, we are going to look back at these comments and see who called it right. And if you want to stay updated on this story as it unfolds, because trust me, this is just the beginning, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Because whether SNL's scandal pays off or crashes and burns, it's going to be the most fascinating can be story of the year. The future of comedy is being written right now, and we all get to watch it happen in real time. The question is, are you ready to be part of the conversation? What do you think? Will SNL's new cast save the show or destroy it? Let me know in the comments, and do not forget to check out my video on why comedy is changing forever. It's right here.